Hey, how's it going? So, a lot of people have a doubt about veganism, right? Like, some people understand, well, here's what's wrong with eating meat and here's what's wrong with eating fish. But what could possibly be wrong with eating dairy products, right? With drinking milk, eating cheese, and so on, right? And in this video, we're going to answer that question or that doubt. Do keep in mind that in this video, I'll be talking mostly about cows, like I'll be referencing cows and the cruelty we impose onto them. But there's nothing special about cows. If you milk a goat, that's wrong too. If you milk a sheep, that's wrong too. If you milk a dog for some reason, that's wrong too, right? So the reason I'm referencing cows is because cows are the most frequent victims of this cruelty, right? So let's get right into it. Problem number one is a misconception that the vast majority of the public holds, right? And it's a misconception that I held up until the age of about 15 and a half, right? And the misconception is this. It is the belief that cows produce milk because they are cows, which, if you think about it, is just absurd. Cows do not produce milk because they're cows. Cows produce milk when they become mothers, just like every other mammal, right? Just like dogs, just like cats, just like human beings. Cows will only produce milk when they become pregnant and have a baby. And the milk is produced for the nutrition of the baby, not for us. Okay, so that's number one. A cow which has never given birth, is not pregnant, will not produce milk, right? But a business that depends on this form of exploitation needs to ensure that there is always a milk supply. So how is this done? The cows are forced to reproduce. In other words, they are raped. Now, this can be done by two different methods. Either the cow will be artificially inseminated, where the worker, right, will get the semen from a bull, and you can use your imagination to visualize how he must do that. And then he will inject that semen into the cow. And how is this done? The cow is put in a cage where her motion is limited. She cannot move. And then this person, right, he injects the semen into her against her will. She tries to get away, of course, like any sentient being would. But she has nowhere to go. She is restricted. She's essentially tied up, but worse, right? And then the cow is pregnant for a while, right? And then she will have the baby. And the baby calf is, I think, allowed to have the first meal. Like, he's allowed to drink the milk once. And then the baby calf is separated from the mother, right? And so what's going on is the separation of the cow, of a mother, from her baby. That just seems evil to me. Separating a mother from her baby, like a few moments after the baby is born, I think that's just evil. And that's the only way I can describe it. But wait, it doesn't end there, right? As if that was not bad enough already, there's more, right? So the cow will produce milk for up till about 10 months after giving birth. But the dairy industry, the business that runs on her exploitation, needs to keep profiting, right? So what do? They repeat this circle of unnecessary cruelty onto the cow for the rest of her life. But what does the rest of her life even mean, right? So the natural lifespan of a cow is about 20 years, right? But she will profitably produce milk up until the age of 4 or 5 maybe. And then what happens? Well, she is killed, right? She is sold off and butchered for her meat. And if she is not killed off at the early age of 4 or 5, right? That just means that the system of unnecessary cruelty discussed earlier will just continue, right? Like, they will keep raping her year after year, right? For the rest of her life, however long you keep her alive for, maybe 8, maybe 9, maybe 10, maybe 15 years, I don't know. They will steal her baby away every year for that many years, right? Which just seems to me to be worse. And there's this one thing I know, that you don't have to contribute to this, right? You don't have to contribute to this unnecessary suffering. You can live a perfectly happy and fulfilled life without it. Go vegan. Okay, so that's all for today. If you like the video, please consider subscribing if you haven't already, and leaving a like. You can follow me on social media here, and I'll see you in the next one.